So I like to think about when I do helping people with like claiming their signature topic, I like to think about how it plays out on two levels. One is how is it going to grab the attention of the host? Because really that's the first gate we have to get through. You are listening to Amplify Your Success Podcast, episode 483. And today we're going to dip behind the scenes in an on-air coaching session on how to unlock your magnetic topic for podcast guesting. You ready for this? Let's get started. Welcome to the Amplify Your Success Podcast. Get ready to ramp up your revenue, amplify your impact, and make your mark in the world. This is the show for experts, thought leaders, and service professionals who want to shatter their limits and achieve that next level. You're going to find out from other experts and influencers how they made it. Now, let's get amplified. Welcome back, Amplifiers. Today, I'm bringing back one of my all-time favorite segments. It's the on-air coaching where I do live hot seats for visibility and monetization. Today, we have the amazing opportunity to meet one of the Rising Tide Collective members who has been fine-tuning what they bring to podcasts. Now, this segment is such a perfect example of what happens when we fine-tune our messaging and we unlock that next level of clarity. You will notice that there is an assignment that our guest in the hot seat has. And what came out of that assignment was pure magic and really, really powerful. Now, this is the work we do in the Authority Accelerator and the Activator program, where we really lean in and dial in your messaging. And it is something that if this speaks to you and you're like, Melanie, I don't know, what I'm bringing to the podcast market isn't getting picked up. What I'm putting on the airwaves is not really moving the needle. I'm not seeing clients come out of it. A lot of times, this is one of the three places where clarity needs to get optimized in your topic. So there's three areas we focus on. This is one of them. And our guest today just did a beautiful job of bringing this to life. Now, another exciting place that we work on this is in the Visibility Velocity event. And it's happening this week that it airs. So if you want to have more visibility that is profitable, it moves the needle, it attracts clients, brings cash in the door, and opens up collaborations, you definitely want to join us. The main room is free. And if you want my support, dialing in your topic and getting on podcasts, check out the VIP lab that is an option. I will link both of those up in the show notes for you. Now let's meet our guest in the hot seat. Well, welcome back, Amplifiers. Today, we're digging in to another on-air coaching session. And I love these segments so much when I have the opportunity to do them. Today, we're leaning back into visibility and monetization, two of my favorite subjects. And I have the great pleasure of welcoming the amazing Lori Young into, we'll call it the hot seat today. So Lori, welcome.
Thank you.
In a sentence or two, could you maybe introduce your business and your expertise for us?
Yeah. So I am an offer strategist, or what I would say offer strategist and business positioning strategist. And what I do is I work with emerging authorities or authorities that are in transition to help them build a sales ready offer ecosystem and positioning that elevates their authority and ultimately balances their nervous system, because I don't believe in building a business that stresses us out.
Ooh, I love that you bring the balancing the nervous system in. I know you have a lot of really cool, what we might call bonus gifts, bonus superpowers that you wrap into the work you do, because we've been connected for quite some time online. And we did so here's a plug for Threads, friends. I know you're like, one more platform, really? Well, Lori and I have been on each other's radar for many years, but
Hmm.
we reconnected on Threads last year, and it
Yes.
led her to join the Rising Tide Collective when it opened up. And she's one of our Rising Tide superstars. She's wired for collaboration. I love it. But you also host a podcast.
I do. Yes, it's called the Offer Mojo Show, and it's all centered around crafting, scaling, marketing, and selling aligned and profitable offers. So
Mm.
I would say most of my episodes are solo episodes, sometimes founder reflections, what's kind of going on in my own business. But then I also bring in guests that can elevate the conversation around offers and visibility without kind of competing with what I actually do. So
Mm.
experts in like arms of getting eyes on your offers or selling your offers.
Yeah, synergistic
Hmm.
experts. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's actually one of the few podcasts on my playlist, so I do listen. It's
Oh
very
my
good.
God. Like, oh my God. That's an honor to like because for those of you who are listening, yes, I'm a Rising Tide Collective, and I can honestly say, like, if you are looking to lean into strategic collaborations this year and really building visibility on a higher level, you have to connect with Melanie. Like, oh my God, like you have single-handedly like been the catalyst for like really forcing me to elevate my authority. Like I love the work that you're doing. Trust me.
Thank you. Oh my gosh,
Hmm.
I feel so honored. I'm getting full body chills. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Well, and all of this synergy and kind of really leaning into that rising tide, and me listening to Lori's podcast, she ended up being one of our show hosts at Visibility Velocity, which is
Hmm.
airing this week, or not airing, but we're going live with the
Right.
event, and I'm so excited because we already have like almost a full plate of VIPs, and oh my
Wow.
gosh, it's so exciting. So I love all the ways we're collaborating.
Yes, me too.
Well, and this came up as you were just being that superstar that you are in Rising Tide. One of the ways I like to add value to our members is that we do these on-air coaching sessions. And so we decided we want to explore a little bit about a signature topic. But let's kind of back up
Hmm.
and explore like why is finding a signature topic feeling like either is there a challenge there for you or an obstacle or something that feels a little glitchy there?
Yeah, because I am not the kind of person that likes to blend in. I lived that life in my business and it was very painful. And last year, I really committed to standing out and elevating my authority and just becoming someone that people go, oh my God, you have a problem with your offers. That is who you need to talk to. And I feel like a lot of the collaborations that I do is, speaking on other people's podcasts or on like at summits. And I'm always like at a loss for like, what should I talk about? Like, what can I like really talk about that someone's going to go, oh my God, that topic is different. Like, I've never heard that topic before because there's so many topics out there that in the field of marketing that have been talked about. And I just don't want to be one of those ones that like blend in. I want to be like someone to say, oh my God, that's a great topic. Like, I haven't heard about this. I need to listen.
I love that. So many people find safety and a comfort in not standing out. It's so refreshing and it just lights my little heart on fire to hear you say, like, I'm ready to stand out. Because
I'm
I
a
think,
weirdo. What can I say?
oh my gosh, that's the goal,
No,
right?
I
It's
think
like,
this year, no, in 2025, I did a lot of inner work around embracing my uniqueness and accepting like that I'm wired like very differently, probably even neurodivergently, and seeing what superpowers I have. And so for me, it's like I'm ready. Like I did all this inner work. I'm like ready to be different out in the world. And it's also what I help my clients do. So it's just like I don't want any of my clients to stand to like blend in with the crowd either. So
There you go. Well, I love that you've stepped into it and you're embracing it. It definitely shows. Okay. So I like to think about when I do helping people with like claiming their signature topic,
mhm,
I like to think about how it plays out on two levels. One is how is it going to grab the attention of the host? Because
mhm,
really that's the first gate we have to get through. And then how is it going to hook the listener? Now we can't always control what the host posts, right? But like if we
right,
do a good job, and sometimes the people I've coached, the hosts is like, man, that topic stands on its own. Like I don't have to do a thing to it. And that's ultimately what we want for them to just pass it right through and
right,
drop it in the way we design it. And so if we think about first, you want to be unique and you want to stand out, but we also want it to kind of uh, inform or convey quickly
mhm,
why you.
right.
When you've been a guest on other people's shows, right?
Yes, yes.
So what has the experience been up to now where they're like, that's a good topic, or there's some pop to something that you have gotten in front of a host?
I think one topic is that people have not really heard a lot about is how to design a signature offer ecosystem. Like a lot of people don't even really know what an offer ecosystem is. So that's always been an intriguing topic. I feel like, crafting a signature offer is just like whatever. I I don't know. I've talked about like optimizing offers for profit. I've talked about misalignment leaks in offers across my Offer Mojo method, which is, like a six pillar framework that, I take people through. I don't know. Like everyone is like wants something different. Like I've talked about mini offers. It just like, yeah, I'm, that's why
Okay.
we're coaching.
Yeah. Well, here's the high class problem we have, right? When you're established and there's a lot of things that you can talk about and you can
Mhm.
do,
Yes,
sometimes it's like there's so many, I don't know which one to focus on. And
right.
I am a fan when you're more established of having two or three ones that you can present to somebody and say, here's the one I think, but there's a couple backup topics if this aligns for you more, because sometimes people are just like they have something specific in mind.
Right.
But when we're talking about stage one, we're still focusing on the host for a minute.
Hmm.
I think that there's kind of two ways in, and one is towards an outcome. So thinking about like this is an outcome your audience might want. And it's something that could be on the radar of them as the host or as or they know it's relevant for their audience. And then there's the away from, it's like the problem we're solving. This is a pain point in your life or in your audience's life, and I can help you fix it. From your physical body reaction, which
Hmm.
one lights you up more? Focusing on where you're going or focusing on moving away from a problem? Or
Probably,
recognizing a problem they don't even know they have?
I would say probably moving towards where I'm going or recognizing a problem that they don't have, because I think most people talk about the problem, that mine solves, which is, ultimately to convert more offers, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I just feel like that's like boring and everybody talks about it from like different like angles,
Mm-hmm.
like whatever.
I like where you were going with leaks, and I'll tell you why. I
Okay.
think so. Let's talk about part two, and then I'll come back to that. What's resonating for me. The second part of this equation is what's going to get someone who's scrolling through a podcast feed to pause and listen to that episode, right? So
Mm-hmm.
the topic needs to be relevant to the ideal client or the person who is in your your world, your audience that can benefit from what you do.
Right.
And I really kind of what I know right now is a lot of people who have had offers that have worked really well for decades have
Mm-hmm.
stopped working.
Mm-hmm.
People are so confused about what's going to convert right now because I think the game's changing. You and I
Sure.
have both explored this in our Rising Tide Collective. I think we've seen what uh, is working is different and unique to an individual. So just because it's working
Mm-hmm.
for someone else doesn't mean it's going to work for the person.
Right.
So what if we look at some myths or like you were talking about this misalignment leak or
Mm-hmm.
like the misstep that established business owners make that's causing their offers to literally stop converting. And now in as I'm saying this, I'm thinking about this also brings to you people who literally may have cash flow problems because the
Right.
messaging is focusing on what stopped
Exactly.
working. So that might be something to consider depending on how we approach this. Actually, let's go a little bit deeper for a second. What's underneath the top three leaks in misalignment? What do you think is going on for the established business owner who's got an alignment leak?
I would say lack of specificity. Right now, not solving very specific, very urgent problems for clients. I would say that there is mm, structural, like what happens is, especially as they're established, they get all kinds of like they create all kinds of offers, random offers, and then they have like a just a big pile of offers that are competing with each other. They're creating way more like marketing and stuff to like make money from them. And what they really need is a very strategic offer ecosystem that takes their clients on a journey and simplifies their business while also helping to maximize their revenue.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's one issue, and then I think kind of even back to the specificity piece is like the positioning piece, like how they're actually positioning themselves in the marketplace right now. Like everyone's like always chasing like these trends and doing what all the big experts think that they should be doing. And I think we need to come back to ourselves and what works for us and like aligning those offers with our true genius and brilliance
Mm-hmm.
rather than just keeping them focused on like making money and just offering something because someone's willing to pay for it.
Mm-hmm. All right. So first of all, what is the language that your perfect client is saying to themselves that has to do with what you just talked about? Because that was all marketing speak, right? That's our language. That's what we know is going on, but that's probably not what they're searching for. What are
Mm-hmm.
they searching for?
um Believe it or not, at least in my world, people are starting to actually start searching for like offer support and offer strategy because they realize that they don't know how to talk about their offers in a way that makes sense for people, or they've been in a particular lane and realize this is not the lane that I want to be in. I don't want to be known for this. And they want to build something new in a new lane that
Mm.
actually works for their what they're uniquely like wired to do and what really like lights them up. Like for instance, I'm working with a marketing person right now who was a social media manager, absolutely burnt out, drained from it, spent years trying to make this business work. She hated it. Now, what she wants is she wants to be like known as being a holistic marketing strategist that actually builds the marketing architecture of a business. And it's like, it's it's different. Like it's more holistic, it's more interconnected. I have like a feline behavior expert that went to build her website and realized I don't even know how to talk about like what I do. And she came to me and said, I realized like I don't even know how to talk about what I do. I don't even know how to structure my offer. I don't even know you know, what to tell this website designer to even put on my website.
Mm.
So,
So I heard a
um,
couple things in there and I want to tease them out because I
okay.
suspect there's something that could be in there. And I heard you talking about they want to create offers that's kind of designing a new lane.
Hmm.
And is that
Or
a new,
elevating, or even
oh,
elevating.
okay.
Okay, elevating
Elevating
their
what?
lane. Like they don't call it like positioning. Like I had a dog trainer that came to me, and all he was like the biggest word that was attractive to him in my marketing was the word alignment. His pipeline had dried up. He was just a regular dog trainer in Wisconsin, but he knew he offered so much more. He didn't want to be a regular dog trainer in Wisconsin. He wanted to be competing with all of those, regular run of the mill dog trainers that put your, dog through training. He wanted to be elevated and positioned differently and make it so clear in his website that when people came to the calls, they just like knew exactly what he did, why he was different, and why they needed to work with him.
So one thing I'm hearing in that is rather than like standing out and elevating is like you're teaching people how to create offers and positioning. So basically an offer
Mm-hmm.
ecosystem that virtually eliminates the competition.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Or
That,
at least puts you way ahead of the competition, right? Makes you unique in some way.
yeah. Well, would it be possible to own a version of create the offer ecosystem that eliminates the competition and makes you a category of one?
Yeah.
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 That is juicy.
Okay.
So there's a magnetism in that that creates curiosity,
Mm-hmm.
the intrigue. There's like, okay, I'm interested. Like, I would like to eliminate my competition. We might
Mm-hmm.
want to massage the category of one piece a little bit, but I think that that is another way of saying you stand out.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe there's some massaging of how to be the category one versus standing out that really kind of creates that picture visually of there is no competition when you create the offer ecosystem. And maybe we need to figure out how to pull alignment in. Does this feel like we're going the right direction?
Yes. I guess one of the phrases I've often used too, instead of category one, is so that you become the obvious choice.
Hmm. That could
So,
work.
like
That
to
could
me,
be
that
that. So here's what I hear in that.
okay.
Becoming the obvious choice
Hmm.
softens it a little bit.
Okay.
Eliminating the competition brings more edge. Which one feels more aligned with your style?
Probably the softer version, only because I don't know that any strategist or business expert can eliminate competition. It sounds amazing, right? It sounds like, oh God, how? How do I eliminate competition? But I don't know if that's like totally realistic because there's always like going to be some level of competition.
It's true. I think it's a way of using words to make impact, and then you
Hmm.
just have to decide what feels most true in terms of the way you position it.
Right.
So the secret or the 4-step formula or the 7-step formula, whatever, to create an aligned. So this it's wording. Create an offer to create a. I want alignment in there for you, but I feel like alignment is making it wordy.
Hmm. I would be comfortable with, I mean, as much as I love the word, I love the, punchiness of eliminate the competition. I guess I feel more comfortable with pull ahead of the competition. Um,
Oh.
you
To make
know,
you the obvious. Well, we could also just stop it. Create an aligned offer system, sorry, ecosystem that makes you the obvious choice. That has very deep clarity in it.
mhm.
Now I want you to
It
switch
could be an
roles.
aligned offer ecosystem, even though it is, again, I feel like, alignment is overused today.
Hmm.
Um, but it is a very important part of the work that I do. Like
Hmm.
everything that I build for people is aligned to them. It's not about, oh, here's my cookie cutter strategy, to building this offer ecosystem. It's like, no, it's alignment checkpoints at every stage.
So this is where I would go a little bit deeper into some topic refining, which
Okay.
is what are 5 to 7 ways you could say alignment that
Mm-hmm.
might be more magnetic than
Mm-hmm.
aligned, right?
Right. Okay.
So,
Mm-hmm.
but right now we've got create an aligned offer ecosystem that makes you the obvious choice, which is, I think, as long as you would want to go.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Now, if you were to get known for this, like Lori's the one you go to create offer ecosystems that make you the obvious choice in your market. Does that
Mm-hmm.
start to feel like that's what I want to hang my hat on? That's the signature message. That's the key topic that somebody knows they're getting my magic.
Yes. 100%. Yes,
And
100%. Because I am about the whole offer ecosystem. I'm not about like just building a single offer, and I'm all about like positioning you to be the expert that you are and making you like stand out.
okay.
So it does align for me. It does feel like alignment. Um, does people understand that is the question I ask. Do people understand what an offer ecosystem is?
That's where I'm a little like, I think it needs a tiny bit more massaging.
Yeah.
So offer ecosystem is a catchy idea, but you're right. Like, do people know they need this?
Hmm.
And this is the next level is do they need an offer ecosystem or do they need something else that makes them the obvious choice? And then the offer ecosystem basically is the infrastructure underneath it.
Well, it's a big piece of it because it's important that your offers are connected,
Hmm.
and they're tied into your positioning and the way you want to become known. It's like I'm always like, where's the stake in the ground that you want to put? Like it's like you got to own a lane. You got to put a stake in the ground and own that, and everything has to support that. I've played with the idea of even offer architecture,
Mm.
or
Before you go
business
into,
architecture. I don't know, like.
I like offer architecture as well. I think you and I
Mhm.
maybe messaged about that at one time because that's starting to sound familiar. But here's one little piece I want to go back to because catchy. What do you want for them? Like what's possible? But now let's go back to what moves the buying lever for them.
Mhm.
Do they really want to invest in becoming the obvious choice? Because I know you
Mhm.
do. That's important to you. It's
Right.
important to me. But is it
Mhm.
important to your ideal client who is established? Or do they want an offer that sells itself, an offer that moves the revenue needle in a certain way? Is there anything else that's important to them about this offer redesign that they're in or offer up level?
Yeah. So obviously, we all want an offer that sells itself, right? Um, but I think a lot of people are in that lane. And I think a lot of people are, I think that's what, yes, I think that's what people are attracted to. They want sales, they want clients. They don't want to have to put a lot of effort. If they could have an offer that just sold itself, um, sure, of course, that's ideal. I'm not sure if I believe that, you just craft an offer and it just sells itself. Like I think there's a lot of architecture that goes underneath that. And so, yes, ultimately, we all want more clients and we all want more revenue. Um,
So I'm kind of looking at one other piece of the puzzle. And so what we're doing right now is we're validity checking it, right? Like we're
mhm,
checking for magnetism
mhm,
because it might be cool to us, but what you want is, does it translate to the listener? Does it make
right,
them want to listen, and listening to it make them want to buy from you?
sure.
Um, do you think at all that your ideal client is experiencing a lot of second guessing, maybe having a confidence hit because they're struggling to find the thing that A, lights them up, and B, really moves the revenue needle for them right now?
Yes and no.
Okay.
They know what most of the people I work with know what lights them up. They don't know how to translate that into positioning and offers that is going to create the revenue they want.
So is it the offer itself, or is it how they talk about the offer that's the problem, or both?
It's all of it. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's all of it.
So they got to get the offer. So here's where I'm going with this
Hmm.
is and this may be just me filtering through conversations I'm having with people, is I think people are second guessing their offer structure a lot right now.
Hmm.
And they're like, I don't know, will this work? Will this work? I don't know, does
Hmm.
this work? And so they're
Hmm.
kind of throwing spaghetti at the wall, hoping something sticks.
Right.
And one of the really powerful things I understand you do for people is you help them design the offer that has the
Hmm.
best chance of succeeding when they bring it to market.
Yes.
So they can,
I design the whole thing. I design the positioning, the strategy underneath the offer. I design the offer. I design the messaging and ultimately the sales assets that bring it to market and the visibility plan. So it's kind of a comprehensive, like holistic
yeah.
solution.
So what problem are you eliminating for them when you provide that
I would say a huge thing is just their lack of confidence
clarity?
and how they show up in the world. Like when everything is super clear, it's amazing like how my clients just go out and just sell like it's nothing. They're so clear on what their offer is, what it does, like how to talk about it in their content, how to get on a sales call, how to move the client into which offer if they have multiple ones. It's like a super confidence, like turbocharged, like because
Appl-
otherwise they're just spinning and
yeah.
they're stuck in confusion
Hmm.
about everything. Like how do I talk about my offer? How should I structure it? How should I price it? Like, is this positioned correctly? I'm doing like some offer audits right now, and it's amazing. Like it's all confusion stuff. Like they've hit a wall of like
Hmm.
not knowing if something is the right way to do something. And they're looking at all the experts or whatever that tell them this or tell them that. And what I do is I help them come back to themselves. Yes, I provide my expertise, but we come back to you.
So I want you to imagine
Hmm.
that your ideal client is listening to this episode And I don't want you to think about this through Lori's lens. I
Oh
want you to
gosh.
think about it through their like triggers, right? Their activation, their, oh wow, she's talking to me.
Hmm.
And I'm playing with something around like from confusion to clarity, your next level offer ecosystem, or from second guessing to offer clarity, like something that is speaking to where they are and what they really want. How's that landing for you compared to create an aligned offer ecosystem that makes you the obvious choice?
Yeah, I would say it's offer confidence. Um,
Okay.
I do think it's they want confidence. Yes, they're confused for sure.
Hmm.
They want confidence and they want conversion.
Yes.
They want their offers to convert, and they want to be confident that they're going out there with the best possible offer that they can. And they want to see the results. It's like when you start getting the conversions, that's when you're like, ha, I knew I had a great offer, right? Until then, you're letting the outside world kind of decide for you whether or not you should have confidence about your offer.
Okay, what about something like this? The offer confidence method. Create how to create compelling offers that convert.
I mean, yeah, I mean, I don't think a lot of people probably talk about that. It's a broad topic for sure,
It's
but
real
I could
broad.
probably narrow it into
Hmm.
some key uh, components.
I would kind of test and play with from second guessing to offer clarity or offer confidence.
Hmm.
Or the simple formula to move from second guessing or from confusion to offer clarity. Like play with that a little bit and see what really like pops for you. Because
Okay.
I think we're really, really close. And now it's just going to be testing. It's going to be like noticing how you stand in your power with it.
Hmm.
um, you're going to have a great chance to kind of play with that live inside the visibility velocity ecosystem because people will be sharing stuff in there. But I think there's something that's really moving the needle right now for a lot of people, and that is leaning more into the emotional
Hmm.
conversation
Hmm.
than the facts and data conversation.
Sure. Hmm.
And
Hmm.
I think this would be really powerful to grab that emotion that your ideal client experiences, whether it's the confusion or the second guessing,
Yeah,
and
second
name
guessing,
it.
confusion, and lack of confidence.
Yep.
Yes.
And move
Hmm.
it into what they really want, which I do think confidence is key there.
Hmm.
And there's something about having a clear, compelling offer that sells,
Right.
it's like because it's built on the right system and you can get into that inside the conversation.
Sure. Right. Yes. And I
Yeah.
think
And I,
compelling is a good kind of emotional
yeah.
word too. Sometimes I hesitate around clarity and confidence and stuff like that because my little brain says, okay, does clarity and confidence really sell? Is that what they really really want? And maybe it is. I mean, certainly anytime I talk with my clients, there is a huge confidence shift for them. And when you're confident, you show up differently for your business. You sell differently. You market differently. When you're clear, everything is when you're clear and confident. It's business is just so much easier.
Yeah. So, one of the things that I think you have as an opportunity is
Hmm.
to create a set of words that name and claim your unique approach to this that also means something to the client. And so, aligned offer ecosystem, it's kind of wordy to me,
Hmm.
but I know what it means and I like
Right.
it. But I
Right.
like that this um it's like something about offer confidence. It I think that's what people want. Like people want to have confidence in their offer, and they do want compelling offers that convert. We just need to give it a little tweak of what's your magic in that process.
Hmm.
So before
Yes.
we wrap this up, is there anything that's popping for you around that?
No, I mean, I think this is very accurate because, when I look at my lead magnet, the AI powered offer confidence toolkit, it's
Mm-hmm.
very popular.
Mm-hmm.
So it's probably the most popular lead magnet I've ever created in my almost 10 years of business. So there's something to that that people do
Yeah.
want confidence in their offers,
Mm-hmm.
and we all second guess ourselves, especially if it's not converting. And the people that are not, their offers aren't converting the way they want them to, they're the ones that need my support.
Mm-hmm.
So,
One thing you could test with that is like adding in like high ticket or the four figure or like the the how to get recurring revenue. So you could play with like specificity around the type of offers if that feels aligned for you. It
yeah,
may or may.
not really, because I build offer ecosystems, and they have different levels of offers, from freebie offers all the way up to premium offers, continuity offers, different kinds. So I'm not just about
You don't
like,
want to pigeonhole. Okay.
I don't want to pigeonhole
Okay.
myself into a high ticket offers.
Well, it could be any of those things, right?
Yeah,
But
I just have
I like where
certain
we're going with this.
feelings about
Now,
like ecosystems, that I think a lot of business coaches are not addressing.
mhm. Maybe play with yeah, play with some versions of that. I
Okay.
think you're really, really close.
Okay.
So let's check in. What are you getting as the insight or kind of the takeaway from the coaching today?
I think, the takeaway that one takeaway was the importance of creating a topic, a signature topic that's not only attractive to the host or the summit leader or whatever, but also to the listener. Like that it's a compelling topic that the listener wants to hear. And I think the other takeaway, that I got, which is something that even it's like I'm too close to my business. I can do it for my for my clients, but it's just like I'm such a marketer, like I'm like stuck in marketing language sometimes, and I have to like really find the right, like you said, the right emotional words that my audience is. And maybe what I need to do is like feed all of my client calls into AI and say, hey, pull out all of the, emotional frustrations and words and so forth that my clients are dealing with. Because believe me, I hear a lot. And so it all kind of, I think, gets muddled in my brain, because everybody's so different. But I do think it has to do with it's clarity. There's fear, of putting an offer out there and it not converting. Um, and they want to walk into the marketplace feeling confident.
Yeah. And I think there is something to being confused and having confidence that is worth leaning into for you. I think it's
Hmm.
just like, how do we put your little
My
special fairy
magic.
dust on it? Yeah.
Yes, exactly.
So it
Yeah,
really comes back to the magic that Lori brings to that process. So, and I think offer ecosystem may be it. We just want to make sure it's not getting lost in translation. So good.
right.
What are you committed to putting into action?
What am I committed to putting into action? I'm going to commit to um, pulling a bunch of client transcripts into AI and like doing a little bit of like massaging and having it pull out like just some data
Yeah,
that might trigger something for me creatively.
love it. And Lori, we've done a great job of really helping people understand the magic that you do bring around building offer ecosystems that sell, which I
Hmm.
love. So if somebody's like, ooh, I'm kind of confused, I'm second guessing things, I could use some support with this, where
Hmm.
can we have them go to find out more about you?
Well, if you just want like just to hear, about me, my style, what I talk about, whatever. Obviously, my podcast is the best place. Offer Mojo show. But if someone has an offer that they're confused about and they're not sure, they're not feeling overly confident about, I do offer the Offer Mojo 6 pillar offer audit. And it does it like really evaluates your offer across my 6 pillars and gives kind of the strengths of the offer, the areas of opportunity. And that's honestly like the best place to start. And you can find that on my website at onamissionbrands.com.
Love it. Lori, thanks for jumping into the hot seat today.
Sure.
And I'm actually very excited to hear what you end up coming up with on the topic
Okay.
because I'm expecting to see it splashing across the social media world as you start to organize more and more podcast interviews after Visibility Velocity.
Okay. That sounds amazing.
All right. Thanks,
All right.
Lori.
Thank
And
you.
as you guys are tuning in, make sure you go check out Lori's stuff, follow her on social media, listen to the podcast, and if you need some help with your offer, you know who to tune into. Thanks,
Yes.
Lori.
Thanks.
Thanks for tuning in today, Amplifier. We're going to keep this conversation going, and I want to hear from you how you're going to amplify your authority and make a greater impact. Before you go, please take a minute to give our show and our guests some love over on your favorite podcasting platform. Subscribe, rate, and review. Leave your full name, and I'll spotlight you and your authority on social media.